Hey guys, I'm live. How you guys doing? I just want to do some walk rant. I'm on my way to church, the Roman church. I've got my tie loosely around my neck so I don't have to hold it, which kind of wrinkles it a little bit because it makes it harder to do this video if I'm trying to hold my tie on my phone. And but it's not around me right, but I'll get it that way before I go into church. My shirt's open, but I've got long pants on. So there's that. I'm walking. If I get there on time, I got to get there by 9 because that's when church starts. And I got my Book of Mormon with me because I'm looking over 3rd Nephi 13 in case it's recitation day today, or open testimony day, because I'm not really sure when that is. It may not be. It may be today. It may be some other Sunday. I'm not sure. And of course, my volume on my phone. I'm turning some of these things. Yeah. And so the party's tomorrow. I'm going to get picked up around 12:30. I've got several friends that are coming that I'm going to tell the details when I have the details. And one of them has actually agreed to film me on my phone. She's really cool. And so I'm going to tell her when I know. I'm going to tell her where it is and have her film me. So the whole thing will be documented this time. I didn't want to do that on my first time. It's not about the first time. It's more to it than just getting it filmed. It's also enjoying the experience and rocking out. But now that I did that once, totally off the record, at least as far as my phone is concerned, I'll try to film all of them from now on. And I got another standing gig at the Shamrock. Tuesday nights at 7:30 is open mic night there. So that might be as early as the day after tomorrow. I might actually do that. But I would need a ride, and we'll see what happens. But first on priority is the party tomorrow. And there are 4 songs that Jack had requested of me to do, and get this loud car go by. And that's really the heart of my set. And I've done those. I've practiced those really good. And then I've got a few solo. I've got Eruption and Star Spangled Banner, which are kind of solo songs. And and then I've got, for my own material, I've got my new piece, Rock Solid, which is a shred kind of piece that I worked out and put together recently on my channel. I'm going to do that. And then as far as the solo songs, I've got the latest song that I wrote called I Get Down. I'm going to do that one. Unless people just can't stand it, I'll see what happens. But I want to do Get Down. It's called I Get Down, not just Get Down. I Get Down. It's going to be my solo, song with words. Not solo, original song with words that I'm going to do. And then all the rest is covers and stuff like that. And on the actual set list are actually 10 other songs are on the list that I just really want to know. I know that I know, and I've got to rehearse those or go over those tonight, or maybe a little tomorrow morning. And then on top of all that, I want to play longer than just. I want to be able to play 3 hours if that's okay, and if that's requested of me. So I really want to go through all the material I know in rock and roll. Just go through everything. Just a slew of things. Just go through stuff I like, stuff that's on my mind, and stuff that I can also, do spontaneously. I just feel like doing this song, I can do it. And then it's just time to rock out at the party. At some point you just have to just have fun and just go, well, I'm just gonna rock out and have fun, and the only thing you could do to ease the nerves or the pre-gig anxiety would be to know the future. If I knew how the party was going to go, that might ease more, but you don't know that. You don't know the future. And so there's always a little pre-gig nerves, but it's all right. At the end of the day, I'm just there to have fun and rock out. And the movie called Paycheck with what's his name? Paycheck starring, what's his name? The guy that started with, started on, what's his name? I can't remember his name. The guy that, anyway, it shows that if you knew the future, because you can, in that movie, you know the future. There's a machine that you can see. You have no future. It's good that we don't know the future. I'm glad it's just, who knows? And so there's that. And then I can't think of his name. But anyway, as far as my material lately on my channel, I think you guys know that I can tell that I haven't just been panicking about the party and only working on that. I'm doing songs, I'm doing stuff as I go that I like. So I'm rocking out at home too, in other words. I'm not just, in fact, I got to give credit to someone again. Dal gave me a compliment yesterday when we talked a little bit. And she said that I'm not just, she watched my Michael Jackson video where I danced to The Way You Make Me Feel. And she said that I'm not just a musician, I'm an entertainer. And it was nice of her to say, which inspired me. She didn't suggest it, but it inspired me to do Bad and dance to that yesterday, which I had a good time. I love that. And that wasn't her specific idea, but it was because she liked that I danced for The Way You Make Me Feel, and she said I'm an entertainer, not just a musician. That gave me the idea. They gave me the idea to do Bad, and I really liked doing that. And then I'm just doing songs too that I like. Not necessarily party, not necessarily in preparation for the party, but just having fun doing songs. And again, I'm gonna give Dal some credit again for like third or fourth time, I guess. That she suggested Bohemian Rhapsody, because I think not only did I need to do Bohemian Rhapsody, but I needed somebody to push me to do it. And on top of that, once you do Bohemian Rhapsody, is like New York of rock songs. If you make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. If you can do Bohemian Rhapsody, you can do anything. It's just the hardest thing. And that gave me an extra kick of confidence from doing that. It really helps too. It helps, it was good for me to do that. And then on top of that, I'm just going to add how I feel about doing songs and stuff. Songs is a lot of elements. There's a lot of elements to it. There's the lead you play. There's the chords you play. There's keeping good rhythm and good timing. There's knowing the words. There's remembering the chords. There's remembering the words. There's all these different elements to doing songs. And then plus, you can't just do one or two songs. You got to know a bunch of them. So you got to do all that process with a bunch of songs. But the thing is, there's an element to that I'd like to mention, though. You get better at it as you do more. You get not only familiar with the songs themselves individually, specifically, you get more acquainted with the concept of how songs are written, what the riffs are generally, and you get more practice playing the solo. You get more practice, remembering words. You get more practice. You just get to know the material of rock and roll. You can't get that just from one time looking at a tablature. Like people say, I look at tablature, but whatever. We'll keep talking. But just learning the chords to one song, looking at a book, is going to do very little for you. First of all, you didn't write that book; someone else did, so you're not even doing your own work. And second of all, it's more than just the notes and the chords for that one song. It's good to know the gist of rock and roll. Like the licks, the riffs that are used, the chord progressions, the keys that they play in usually, a lot of the patterns and a lot of the, you just get to know songwriting in general, which helps you whenever you play any song. That helps you. Plus, if you're writing your own song, that helps you. I think the new one I just wrote, I Get Down, is pretty good. I mean, it's original. It's all that, and but it's cool. I like it. And the words aren't so hard that I have to write them down or anything, And learning other people's stuff helps you play not just that itself, but other songs by other people, and helps you write your own. And having said all that, I think I'm making some progress in this. I think I'm, and as you do that, you gain more confidence in playing songs and writing songs, and you get more confidence in playing and more confidence in doing the parties like I'm going to do tomorrow. Anyway, love you guys. Peace, love, and welcome.